Has it really been like 6 months? Let me check. We have February. um, September. September was the last one, wasn't it? Oops. Okay. Yeah. Time really flies when you're doing a master. Hello guys. Welcome back to Sun Dark Dawn. Hey, it's a miracle. I haven't like abandoned this project. Okay, it's not like that. It's I don't even know what happened. In the last part we had the eclipse, and that was kind of bad. And now we're on the ship, and now we're like looking for other things. We're looking for the MacGuffin. I don't know. We are. We have to save the world now. That's our mission now. Yeah. Okay, let me explore this while I will also talk about things, right? Our village here is small, but you won't find another one on the island. Welcome. It is midday, but the Angara mainland is dark, as if a fierce blizzard were blowing, yet it is summer. Confusing. Yeah, that's just climate change, actually. That's just the world we live in now. Starting off good. So a lot has happened since the last part, obviously, since it has been 6 months for some reason. I would okay, I can tell you one thing. Okay, thing number one, I am, well, I more or less am in the process of replacing my, well, now kind of potato laptop with like an actual like desk computer, you know, like computer stuff. It's going well, but I still have to replace I have to get like a new CPU. Well, I say new because the thing that is currently there is like it's bad. It's like it's bad. So new in the sense of, well, not like the newest thing, but just something affordable and good enough for gaming and stuff, right? Not like the most not like the most, what is it, like performance heavy games? Maybe not. I'm not the person that plays those games necessarily. But yeah, something like that. So it's just gonna be something functional, yeah. Something good enough. Okay. Wait, do I even have to? Okay, that was kind of weird. Oh, it scared me. I thought it looked a bit weird. See, this is why I'm. This is the potato laptop I'm talking about here. It's like, I don't know how old it is now. A seafood soup seasoned heavily with seaweed. Is there anything in the sea that isn't delicious? That is a personal opinion. From seafood, but yeah. I like sushi. What is that? Is it the seaweed they're talking about? Yeah. So this is the potato laptop. I think it's like It has to be like 8 years or something. Yeah, I think 8 years is a good number. It's probably 8 years old. So it, yeah. So you can tell it's not going to be the best performing thing. Like nowadays, that is. Yeah, that is going on. So I was like, not doing much with this. So much about personal things. Now more personal things. I am. What do you call it? Like a master program? I'm doing that now in translation or literature translation from English to German because I'm in Germany, obviously. Yeah. Let's see how far that will take me, considering the rise of artificial intelligence and stuff like DeepL and all that stuff. It's a rough time for artists. So we gotta do everything to prevent AI from rising up. The revolution is now. Okay. Now enough about personal stuff. So, Golden Sun on the Switch. It happened. Kind of. It's the switchboard on the, what is it? When a shadow falls over the world, it will herald the times of darkness. Only the power of light can end it. Show me the champion of light, the herald of darkness. Alan Wake? What? Use the eye that pierces darkness to find the protection of shadows. The last of these eyes lies in Warrior's Hill. And where is that? Anyway. The Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. Why did I do that? What did that do for me? What did that do? Seaweed dumplings. My husband has not come home, but I refuse. Grandson Kava went missing. I've been too worried to tell my stories. Oh, who's that? Now we can't read the bookshelf. My father passed away, my son is gone too, I'm all alone. Oh, that's sad. Every time I try to tell a story, I just wonder what's happened to my son and grandson. Alright. I think we have to find them. Perhaps we should do that. Okay, we found a hard note. Cool. Don't tell anyone, but the cave on the northwest part of the island is where we play when we're bored. Alright, I will tell everyone that you do that. The myths of Morgal include a story about the sun and a black star that defeats it. Apparently the sun hides its face in shame, but that's all I remember. I'll have to ask Econ the storyteller. Okay, we talk to them. So I don't have the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, so I didn't actually get the chance to play Golden Sun on the Switch yet. Whoops. Hold on. My PC is doing something funny again. Please go. Okay. There's a gym. We want this little guy. But of course, I'm very happy to hear that other people are basically discovering Golden Sun for the first time. Oh. So maybe we will get some new fans that wanna see more of the series, right? Okay, we got spring. Okay, cool. We can give it to you, I guess. Or what the hell happened here? We have way too many Venus Gin here. Suspicious. The storyteller told us about the secret paths all over the island. I can hardly wait to try them out. Alright. Hey yo! What's up with you? Don't walk away from your mind. I've heard all of Ethan's stories 1,000 times by now, but I'm just no good at telling them myself. He may be getting on in years, but he knows his craft for sure. Is there anything else? No, we just can look out at the sea and just think for a moment. Reflect on everything that has happened. Man. The monsters just show up out of the shadows. They never stop following you. Guess we helped up some mainlanders, but that's what you do when people are in trouble. We don't need praise. The ship crashed on a rock and all those beastmen came asking for our help. I have to say, they scared me. At first it looked like more monsters erupting out of the shadows. It's funny, there have always been monsters here, but they seemed more natural than these demons. The monsters never bothered me, but I'm shivering just thinking about those horrible things. gate. I heard someone crying, and I was about to head out to help when my friend stopped me. I'm lucky he did. Do you see the monsters in the shadows? I see them, but it might be my mind going. I'm afraid all the time now. My PC is so cooked right now. I can't believe this. Okay. That's sad. Maybe I can move the save file to my PC. Maybe I can do the recording there. I don't know. I will figure that one out too. Some beastmen only escaped whatever happened on the mainland because they were here, frightening. Would you like to know more about the myths of Morga? Yes. Tell me something. You can hear folk tales and such from the townspeople all around the region. But if you're looking for history books, there aren't any, not even balanced. What? No history books? Are you censoring something? I barely escaped the mainland. Had I gone to the festival in balance, I never would have made it. Whenever there's a festival, the folks who make my merchandise are celebrating instead of working. So I just join in the festivals with them and have fun, but this time no one's working, and it's no fun. Looking out over the land and seeing everything covered in darkness reminds me of a children's story I heard. It was about a sky spirit who shone light on the world but then was sealed in a cave so that all light went out. Isn't it kind of reminiscent of the story with Amaterasu? I mean, she's like the sun god or something? She was in a cave and then something like that? I don't know. I'm not so, I don't know Japanese mythology that much. Some beastmen only escaped whatever happened on the mainland because they were here. Yeah, okay. I wanted to spirit YouTube. The light of the sun blacked out, monsters from the shadows, screaming refugees everywhere. The image of that moment will be with me for the rest of my days. Okay. Let me go to the shark. When will this horrible thing that's when will this horrible thing that's happening be over? I just want life to be normal again. Okay, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, here I am. I took care of the shop stuff, the items. It's even more sweet here. We get most of our items from the mainland, so we may not be able to get any more stock for a long time. Okay, can I read this? Oh, alright. On merchants, one cannot boast of selling things that everyone wants, no matter how many one sells. To be a great merchant, one must sell something that no one wants and make the customer ask for more. Okay. Because I don't think there's anything in these boxes. Okay. Is it so cold because Luna is somehow cancelling out Sol? Cancel culture? The fishermen who traveled westward have not returned, and we're getting worried. Anyway, a long time ago, like really long, I made a post on how Nintendo should bring Golden Sun back, and one of those suggestions included to port the Game Boy Advance games, that like not a remake, just a port, and then directly after that just remake Dark Dawn, then give us the sequel to Dark Dawn, and or then remake the Game Boy Advance games. Something like that. Oh, that's the warrior, huh? Okay, I don't know how... This or the other thing first? Anyway, so now that we have the Switch ports, it would be all that wrong to think about remaking Dark Dawn, right? I mean, unless you say, oh, they're gonna do some kind of thing that you can port Nintendo DS games, and I mean, for some games that might actually work, because they don't rely too much on like this gimmick, the two-screen gimmick on one hand, on the other hand the whole touchscreen gimmick. But I think in comparison though, it will be quite a few games, so I don't think that's going to work. They have to remake those games, just like they remade you know, Diamond and Pearl. Even though the reception was a bit mixed. You know what, I'm just gonna ignore what the piece of paper said. Well, the good news is, yes, there are good news. And I mentioned that in that post I made. Remaking Dark Dawn will be less of a problem, because as you can see, this game doesn't really rely too much on the top screen, and it doesn't rely too much on the touch screen. I mean, you can play this entire thing not using the touch screen, right? And I mean, the top screen is, it's there to, like, here right now show us the map. In other things, it's kind of just there for like cutscenes and the summons, right? So that wouldn't matter, because in that remake you would just remake those like cutscenes anyway, right? Like we will have new Djinn summon animations and stuff. And stuff like this map over here, I mean, that's a very useful feature, but I mean, we can just have it basically be displayed in like a top screen corner. So if I have to demonstrate it very roughly, like obviously the like the Switch screen or something is a bit wider and bigger, so things like the stats would be moved a little, or you know, I don't know what the UI would do, but you could basically, have it like here, right? Like this, well, kind of like this. Pretend that looks not like shit, and then you just have the thing displayed there the entire time. Well, maybe not the entire time, but just when you need it, right? like you can choose to display it or not, basically, and that would make sense, right? So all I'm saying is Dark Dawn would be not so difficult to remake in comparison to other DS games. I'm sure there are DS games that like really need like either the top screen or like touch screen, and not having that will be like difficult to translate to you know, to the Switch or whatever the Switch 2 might be, right? I've heard rumors rumors on a Switch 2. I don't know how true those are, and I don't really remember what they said, to be honest. All I'm saying is I have my own wishes for a Switch 2. But first of all, oh, we found Kaba. Okay, I remember. Kaba is, well, here in Germany there is like this, I don't know if it's like a cheap, it's like a store brand, or is it like just a brand in general? But it's a brand that sells like chocolate milk powder, basically, like that, and also has that in strawberry flavor. So it's like strawberry powder thing that you put in your milk, and I think they also have banana flavor. I don't know if they have any other flavors, but that thing, that brand is called Kaba. That's what I'm thinking about now. Who are you guys? Please don't make it like a roll call. We might ask you the same thing. Relax, Kava. I think these people are alright, or at least not monsters. We don't look like monsters, okay? Do we look like monsters to you? Well, we have like multicolored hair and stuff, but I think that's still in the realm of not monster. Kava. I feel like I've heard that name, maybe back in Harun village. What makes you say that? It is famous for the local seaweed. I could have never guessed that. Yes, from Ikan the storyteller. Would they still say that if I haven't talked to that guy? It's like, no, I don't know this person. It's my grandfather. And my father. You must love fishing to go under these conditions. You're fortunate that we can help you. Fortunate people don't break their legs. Tyrell, you are the right person to say this. This happened to you in the intro. You broke your legs. Do you remember that? 2 years ago? I'm glad you're here. With Dad's leg broken, I didn't know what to do. I'm not sure they can help us, son. I don't see a stretcher or anything. That's fine. We have like Eoleo, we have Tyrell, we have Sweta. Anyone, well, not Kraden, they could carry you. You know, like we take the legs and the shoulders or something. Maybe not like that. I don't know what those carrying positions are. Like there's the bridal carry, there's the goat thing. There was something else, like the backpack carry thing. I mean, depends on what you need to do. I mean, they could do the goat. I don't think that's called the goat. At least I don't think it's called the goat in English. You don't need a stretcher. You're going to walk out of here on your own. You're making him walk with broken legs, really? I know that sounds crazy, but just relax and let us work. I mean, technically speaking, they have healing synergy. I don't know if that heals broken legs. Maybe the legs aren't broken, okay? They're just slightly injured. But do you think synergy could heal broken legs? Like, how far are we going with healing synergy? Where does it end? Did you see that, Dad? When he was doing that, he filled up with light and then put the light in you. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I didn't see anything. But my leg doesn't hurt anymore. Let's see if I can stand up. It's a miracle. You did it. It's like I was never hurt. I can't even jump on it. A minute ago you couldn't move it at all. Who are you? We are your saviors. You might also call us what's the word? Traveling, well, doctors. Just some nameless heroes, huh? I remember that. That's not what I said. I said traveling doctors. Technically, If I move the correct Djinn to the right character, anyone should be able to learn any type of healing synergy, right? So it would be correct to say that we're traveling doctors. If you need to keep your secrets, that's fine, but thank you. Though I think a team full of healers might be a bit cursed. If you ever visit Harun village, stop by our house. We don't have much, but you're always welcome. I did that in the first Golden Sun. Well, not like entirely, but just for a bit. And you have like the Deadbeard guy, and I was doing that fight. It was horrible. So that's all I'm going to say on the performance of an all-healer team. Hey, I was going to say that. Healer garage. Not the most effective choice. As for Ikan the storyteller, anyone in town can point to our house. I already saw that house, okay? Don't worry about that. Time to get home, son. Your mother must be worried. I'll race you. Whatever. Okay. Sure. Cute kid. That was very well done, Reeve. Thanks, but it was nothing. These are the kinds of detours I like. Probably time to move on though. Also, it's not like we have like, hold on a minute, they all have their, let's say, standard Djinn equipment. So, Matthew knows healing. Reed knows healing. Travis knows healing. Amiti knows healing. Sveta knows healing. Eolio doesn't. This is a team of traveling doctors. Oh, I see. You want me to walk into the darkness. Uh-oh. No, fine. I want the chest. And then we can... can we get out of here? Or do we need something else? What is that? It's the... oh, that is the Muramasa. Okay, cool. Named after a guy. That is... right, it's a cursed sword, so maybe not the best thing to equip. But it looks cool. Now there was something else in this place, right? I don't know how to get there, so okay, now we have to fight this. Ooh, both enemies. If only there was a faster way to do this. Oh, there is. I could just cut out the fighting part. But I would still have to do the fight, but you wouldn't have to see this. Well, it wouldn't even be cutting it out. I would just pause the recording and then resume when it's done. Though I kind of feel stupid, like what if I just forget that I did that and then I never resumed the recording? That would be silly. Also, well, no, I'm not going to say this. If I say it, it will just be my post. All I'm going to say is, this is the conclusion. We need the Dark Dawn remake because it's been like over 10 years that it would be weird to do a sequel when no one knows what the game is, basically. And you might say that, well, didn't they do that with Dark Dawn? They gave us a game like after like it wasn't exactly 10 years, right? But like, you know, later than they should have, and then but I think back then it was more acceptable for like those long pauses. Well, not like super acceptable, but just no, it's just different, okay? Now there was like some I don't know how important it was. If it's important, I just have to go back. Okay, what is this? Like, can we actually do something here? Now or not? There are weird things here. A bunch of trees. Let's go around them. But now, like, the pause between Dark Dawn and, well, now is like, oh wait, there is something. But how do we get there? Oh. I think I see it, but also I can't actually get there. Because this is like blocking this area. Huh. Okay. Then there's probably something we have to do inside. The question is, can we already like do the entire thing here? Because I don't know if I want to do that now. Or like in the next part that is maybe not in 6 months from now. You can hope. Okay, maybe let's talk to the Econ guy. He will give us lore, and then we're good. Anyway, all I'm saying is, if you would remake Dark Dawn, no, if you give Dark Dawn a sequel now, like just all of a sudden, I mean, you know who the target audience is, right? It's going to be us Golden Sun fans. But how are you gonna reach out to like the wider audience that don't know Golden Sun all that well Like, what would be their motivation to play this game if they don't know what happened in Dark Dawn or, like, you know, Golden Sun? But then again, the Game Boy Advance games would be on the on the port thing, right? So you have to at least remake Dark Dawn before you get to the sequel. Though, I mean, ideally you want to remake all 3 games, right? So you can have this new audience, so to speak, to introduce them to the series, so that you would have more people that would like to play the sequel to Dark Dawn. Because if we're just gonna make a sequel to Dark Dawn, let's just say, like, this is just like a marketing sales thing. No one else is going to play the game. Unless you make it in a way where it's like, oh, you don't need to know the previous ones to play this. But you know, that's not how, that's not going to work. Ah, it is the warriors who saved my son and grandson. I thank you most humbly. I understand that you have also used a strange power to mend my son's bones. May I see this power? Why does he have like black holes for eyes? Would you even see it? Are you sure? Not that it does something with the remaining eyesight that you have, right? Thank you, it is much appreciated. Can you move a physical object so that I can see the power work? Oh, so that's what the thing is for. Ah. Yeah, no problem. We'll do that. That power. Pow! It's like magic. That's the light I saw. That's it. The light somehow made Dad's leg better. When Kaba told me about this healing light, I thought, is this them? It turned out it was indeed the prophecy. What? Is it gonna be one of those talks? Oh no, don't tell me this is like a 20-minute dialogue sequence. Wait, can this kid see synergy somehow? It's not just the kid. The old man sees it too. Synergy is a power of the mind. How can a non-adept see it with mere eyes? So that light is synergy. You must be the ones then. Stop talking in riddles. The ones? Whatever could you mean? The ones to go to the watchtower on Warriors Hill. See? We'll do it later, okay? After the 20-minute dialogue. It's not going to be 20 minutes. Warriors who wield weapons that are not weapons, but tools. Weapons that are not weapons? Yes, weapons not of steel or wood. The warriors who use them should gather at Warriors Hill. Yeah, that's a very self-explanatory name. I understand, warriors who can fight and defend without weapons or equipment. Adepts, obviously. We still have weapons. We still have like the sword and stuff. It's like physical attacks. But okay, yeah. Confirmed. We should have done a synergy only run. Is that from your ancestors' stories? The stories that have been handed down to you? They are not mere stories. They are part of a prophecy, a message from the past to the future. Oh, they're really saying prophecy. And what exactly does this message say? When the light of Luna reaches the sunken tower, all falls into darkness. What began in beauty ends in terror. That's not very uplifting. Shun shadow, walk in light, to escape eclipse's blight. Oh, nice rhyme you got there. That certainly sounds like an accurate prophecy. This is no prophecy. Prophecies deal with the future, and this is our present, my friends. Oh my god. Raiden, please. The tower in balance was a machine built by the ancients to advance their art of alchemy. There we have it again, ancients. The ancients. Those ancient runes that apparently existed like since forever, even though we have never seen or heard of them back in like Lost Age or anything. It was powered by light, but it worked too well. They must have started it off as we did, and probably with similarly tragic results. But what did they hope to accomplish? Maybe they were trying to do something that something you can't do with synergy. Of course, something beyond the four great elements of fire, water, earth, and wind. Time and space. Given the results, we can theorize that they are trying to manipulate the fundaments of darkness and light. All that. I mean, obviously it's that. But it's not like Golden Sun doesn't have something with like time and space going on. Not in like the other stuff. The Djinni once ruled all of Weyard, as well as all four elements, but yet they crave more power. At that stage, if you seek more power, you're essentially grasping at omnipotent, are you not? That is as good a term for it as any. Absolute mastery over all things. Is that even... They wanted to do that through synergy? The prophecy of the Watchtower also foretells that its champions will be quite clever. Exactly. Alright, we'll need more information. What can you tell us about the tower itself? Nothing. I'm the village storyteller for an island you've probably never heard of before. What else do you want from me? I don't know, dude. Lore. Crane's getting very impatient here. Dude, those old men are gonna fight now. You have me there, sir. I do what I can. Oh, it hurts. Oh, too rich. Oh, someone make it stop. No, actually, they're going crazy now. I like this old fellow. And I like you as well. Excuse me? Yes. We should, of course, get back to business. Right. If I don't tell you what the Watchtower champions are meant to do, then I failed completely. Then by all means speak. Thank you. We don't know if the Watchtower appeared where it did because the warriors had gathered there, or if the warriors met because the Watchtower was there. But we do know that Warriors Hill was there. Was where it happened. Why were these warriors drawn to the Watchtower? Was that their... What was their goal? To use this key. Uh-huh. Okay, that's good. Watchtower key. There was a treasure sleeping within the Watchtower. Once found, the treasure would guide them on. Huh? I'm lost. The treasure would guide them? How would it do that? How does the treasure sleep? I don't get it. I don't understand either, but clearly we need to get to Warriors Hill and see what's inside the Watchtower. Then let's waste no more time. I see that you will be the ones to watch over the world. Oh really? Alright then. Yeah. You should have seen my mother's face when I walked into the house. She was so surprised. I knew something had happened on the mainland, but I didn't think it would reach us here. I was a fool. When I first stepped on the beach, the sea was quiet. Then a storm. I'm just lucky you came along. I see that you will be the darkness gathered, the Watchtower would light the dawn, signaling a gathering on Warriors Hill. It was the job of the storyteller to send the bravest warriors to the hill. I hope these are the ones. My husband and my son are both home and safe. I knew they would return. Oh, I wish my husband had followed in his father's footsteps and became a storyteller instead of a fisherman. If he was a storyteller, he'd be home all the time and I wouldn't worry so much. Braving all those dangers and saving us like they did, I feel like I've seen a miracle. That's what I'm saying. A healing light seems to glow out from that guy. I wonder what it's like to be so holy. The spirit of the wise one compels you. Or something. Okay, so in the next part, we will go to the Watchtower and then some, I guess. So, now it wasn't a 20-minute dialogue, was it? So, we will see each other not in 6 months, promise. Until then, see ya. year later.